first heard of speech language pathology through my mom. Like most high schoolers, I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. I only knew that I loved working with children and I loved language, especially reading. Growing up in a bilingual household, language has always been at the centerfold of my life.
I was introduced to the idea of becoming an SLP when I found out my aunt's friend was an SLP herself. I didn't know much about the field, but I was able to ask her a ton of questions, and she was so willing to answer all of them. She even invited me to go observe her. So I did exactly that. I observed her, and you know what? I fell in love with every second of it.
I discovered that my aunt had suffered from a stroke and unfortunately was suffering from significant communication problems, and so it was really hard for her to get her speech across. And so all I could think about was, what could I do to help her and where could we take her? And that's really what clicked for me. That was like, maybe I should go into speech pathology.
And another thing is definitely diversity. There is a lack of diversity in the classroom and in the field in general. And that can be very frustrating and disheartening at times to look across the classroom and not see anybody that looks like you. But something that I always remind myself of is if I am, working with a child and they walk in and they see someone that looks like them, how exciting is that for them? And I think pushing for diversity and advocating for people of color in a field that is not heavily dominated by them is very important work, and it's very exciting.
If you really want to be a speech pathologist, it's not easy, and I had to learn that really quick. But not even just the money that's going to come with it, but just the reward you get from helping someone be able to communicate, because we don't think about how important it is to be able to talk or not speak with a lisp or to be able to swallow everything that comes with being a speech pathologist until we're hands-on with people who are having these disabilities, and they go through them every day. And that's when you really begin to realize that being able to communicate is extremely essential, not only for your physical but for your mental as well. And I just want to be able to help people, express their feelings, express their thoughts, everything.
Throughout my courses I've taken so far at UD, I realized I don't need to limit myself to working with just children, and that there's so many people out there who need the help and who want to be able to communicate. And so it's just really nice to be able to help people in general, no matter what group or setting you decide to work with. That this is such a rewarding field, because at the end of the day you're helping change someone's life, and that's the best part about it.
Grad school has confirmed every belief that I was made for this field. And my future as an SLP is going to be a bright one. I plan on making a difference within the Latinx community while working with bilingual children with disabilities.
My vision for my professional future is all over the place, which I think is awesome, because I think that there is this assumption that because it's such a specific profession that there isn't a lot of opportunity, you can't move around a lot, but I really don't think that's the case. There's schools, there's hospitals, you can be working in the United States, you can be working abroad, there's private practice, there's one-on-one, there's classroom setting, there's older people, there's younger people, there's children, there's so many different people you can be working with and different communities you can be working within. And I think the really cool part about the fact that I have no idea where I'm going to end up is that I know what I'll be doing, but I don't know where. And I really like that, and I think that that's really cool that you can kind of have some degree of foundation of certainty and have so much wiggle room within that to kind of go where your heart pulls you.